Hello, and if you are listening, thank you very much for listening. This is mapoboy.com, and if you've been paying attention, we've been doing alright this season so far in our betting world, having a bit of fun with our football betting at the weekend. Just trying to point out a little bit of value for people and try and sneak a few pennies off the bookies here and there when we can. So we thought we'd add a little podcast to the love to try and make things a little bit more interesting and a little bit easier to follow and a little bit easier for us to make as well. So thank you for that. Okay, then we'll start at the beginning because that's obviously a very good place to start. And if you happen to be up early enough to catch the early kick-off at 12:45, Sunderland at the Stadium of Light hosting Southampton, then you might be wanting to look for a bet to keep that game interesting for you, but I don't know what to recommend, to be honest. Southampton had a difficult week. Various rumours about the manager, especially after the chairman's gone. But Sunderland had a change of fortunes with Gus at the helm and Sunderland at 2-1. I don't mind the 2-1 actually. I think it's an alright price. I suspect the bookies have probably got these prices almost dead on though, and hence I don't know where to go with it because Southampton are 6-4. I don't know if I'm feeling that that's a bit skinny for the away team, who in this scenario I am actually leaning a little bit towards. I like the way they're playing football, and I think they have got the better team, but away from home, I don't know if the 6-4 is juicy enough to entice me. So if you are interested in that game, I suspect the bookies have got the prices pretty much dead on, and it's not making me lean one way or the other with the prices. Um, I must, I think Sunderland 2-1 is alright, but I also think Southampton 6-4. If either of them were a shade bigger, then I could be persuaded to go either way in that game, as I suspect it is a game that could potentially go either way. And yeah, for that reason, I will be staying away from it. And I'm sorry, but I just don't know what to recommend for those people who want to punt in the early game. And you'll have to forgive me, I will leave a lot of games out, but I'm just going to try and highlight the games that I think the decent prices, decent teams in good form where we can pick up some pennies. And in the Premier League, this is not often the case because the bookies tend to have their prices dead on, as these are the biggest markets, so they can't be afford to be falling short in them because any edge or any mistakes they make there will cost them exponentially bigger than it probably would in any of the leagues, especially as we go further and further down. That's why you see City priced up at 1-7. You can only see one winner in the City Cardiff game. Similarly, Arsenal versus Fulham can only really see one winner at that. Arsenal 2-9. Liverpool 1-5 against Aston Villa. You can only see one winner in those games. I'd recommend going to the -1, -2 markets. I think City are minus two are even money. You can argue that City are probably gonna. City could feasibly knock 4 or 5 past Cardiff without breaking too much of a sweat, and -2 even money is a good shout. Not personally a bet that I'm all in love with, but if it's going to gives you in a bit of interest, I don't mind that bet at all. I don't mind it at all. I just think there's better options throughout the day's football betting that could entice you. To be honest, same about Arsenal. I looked at Arsenal half time, full time. It's 11-20. I don't know whether we'd call that value. I see Arsenal winning that game relatively comfortably, but 11-20, I just don't think is a nice enough price. Liverpool, maybe you want to go with their -1, see if you can get anything there. I think they're -1, they're 1-2. So again, are we calling that value? I'm not sure if we are, but again, feasibly, they could knock three. They could knock three past Villa, especially the way Suarez is playing, arguably the best player in the world at the moment. So there's no reason why you couldn't bet those. I just don't perceive that they offer us the amount of value that I'm looking for. You could argue that you could put them in as your banker bets, but even the banker bets have an element of risk, and I don't think the risk is reflected in the price. So I'd stay away from them, even though they are very good chances of those bets coming in. Elsewhere in the Premier League, there's nothing really exciting. Norwich and Hull, not exciting games. Crystal Palace and Stoke, they're not exciting games, and the prices match that. Games that could go either way, and the prices aren't really giving much away. So I'd be ignoring them. 6-4 Newcastle away at West Ham. Again, too short for me, the 6-4, but you could see that game going either way, and you'd lean towards Newcastle, which the bookies have done, and the price reflects that, and so you don't feel like I just don't feel like we're getting the value there. As we move down the leagues, though, I do feel that we could get some action in the Championship. There's 3 bets that stand out for me in the Championship, and the first one I'm going to look at is at Loftus Road, QPR, who are hosting Huddersfield. I think 7 to 10 at home, QPR is a good price. They need to keep the pressure up. Leicester are running away with, if they don't keep winning, they could let Leicester run away with that league, and that's the last thing we want to happen. And Leicester are playing early in the 12:15. Leeds versus Leicester, so Leicester are going to Ellen Road. The prices in that game aren't really too great. Leicester 11 to 10, just a bit over even money, and that's who you'd fancy in the game. But the price again isn't juicy enough. The draw 23 to 10, maybe that's it. I don't think Leeds are all that great, and they're 5 to 2 at home, which reflects that. Again, it's a game that could go either way, and the price is not enticing enough. QPR, though, at home to Huddersfield, I do feel is not a game that's going to go either way. I feel that QPR surely have the edge there, and at 7 to 10 is enough value to give that a consideration and to put in your bets for the weekend. And then, as much as I don't like to bet on the home team, I do feel even money Nottingham Forest at home to Blackburn is too good a price. Nottingham Forest playing at home. Last time they played at home, they beat 5-0, and that was West Ham. Obviously not West Ham's strongest team, but confidence is high in the City ground, and they need to maintain their run to keep the playoff positions in their sights and in their grasps, and a reasonable chance of getting in the playoffs come the end of the season. They need to maintain their form, and they need to be winning games at home to Blackburn, or teams like Blackburn, and especially after not picking up as many points over Christmas as they deserve, despite having some big wins. Notably beating QPR and Leeds, but dropping points away at Reading when that should a game where they should have been out of sight, things like that. So even money Nottingham Forest. I don't like having to bet on Nottingham Forest, but I think that price is too good. I don't think Blackburn are good enough, and I think Forest will win that game, and even money I will not be turning down. I think it's too good a price, and we'll be betting that. The other match in that league, I like Middlesbrough, fresh from beating Blackpool away at Blackpool, may I add, 2-0 last weekend. I think they're in a good form. They're sorting the things out, but they're at home to Charlton, and Charlton are not a good team in that league, in the relegation zone, not offering much. 5 to 6 about Middlesbrough in that game is a very good price as well, and you won't be turning that down either. So to summarise, in the Championship, QPR 7 to 10 at home to Huddersfield, too good. Nottingham Forest versus Blackburn, even money, very nice. Middlesbrough versus Charlton, very nice at 5 to 6. There's 3 in the Championship that I think are stand out. You could bet them as a treble, or you could include the other stuff that I'm about to mention. I'm not blown away by anything in League One. The go-to teams that you would go to: Leyton Orient 19 to 20 away at Crewe. Crewe in the relegation zone. Leyton Orient, we all know how they've been doing this season. 19 to 20, so just under even money away at Crewe. Could be enticed by that. I think there's other value. Other teams: Peterborough 13 to 8 home to Tranmere, not a good enough price. Preston Coventry, Preston are 6 to 5 at home. Coventry, I think Coventry have the capability to turn something over there. Rotherham, who I bet last week, I don't mind them actually. I think they're okay. They are playing Shrewsbury. They're away at Shrewsbury. Now they're even money again, which they're 21 to 20, which is okay. The price is too short. Well, you could see them scalping, an away win here, but prices are too short. The risk isn't, matched by the price, and you let the bookies have that one. I think whichever it goes, stay away from it. Don't like anything else really in that league that stands out. Maybe I'll change my mind if I have another look through, but I'm not blown away. Especially when I consider I can have Fleetwood at home to Hartlepool at even money. Hartlepool haven't been that great. Mid-table team, don't look like they're doing much. Fleetwood, promotion challengers, they got to keep things together. They got to turn their fortunes, or they got to keep their momentum. So should I say? And Fleetwood even money at home, won their last 2. Even money at home to Hartlepool, I do like. Similarly, 17 to 20 Scunthorpe at home to Wimbledon has got to be the bet of the day. if that gets turned over, then fucking what can you do? There's nothing you can do. Scunthorpe at home to Wimbledon. Scunthorpe unbeaten in the last 5, won 4 of them, drew 1. 17 to 20 is a great bet there. I love that. I love that bet. It should be in everyone's ACCAs. It should be on everyone's ACCAs. If it gets turned over, it gets turned over. That's just unlucky, but I think in the long run you're winning on that bet there. You're winning on that bet there a lot of the time. What else was I gonna do? Newport. Not been in the greatest form, but neither have Dagenham and Redbridge, and Newport are at home, so I slightly favour that, and the 21 to 20 there I think is okay. I can also be tempted by the Torquay Northampton. They are both not doing very well, but Northampton are doing even worse than Torquay. Torquay fresh off an away win at Wimbledon. I could be tempted to bet Torquay only because it's 5 to 4. Should we say there could be goals in that game as well? But Torquay 5 to 4 home to Northampton. Northampton are shocking, especially away from home. Last season they were terrible away from home as well, I remember. So Torquay 5 to 4, could be tempted by that. So in that league, to summarise, Scunthorpe 17 to 20. I think that's the bet of the day. Fleetwood even money at Hartlepool. I do like that. The tempters: Newport 21 to 20 and Torquay another tempter. They're my standouts in that league. No more standout than Scunthorpe and Wimbledon, I think. My other obscure and last one is in the conference, or the Skrill Premier. Gateshead away at Grimsby 14 to 5. I'll be keeping that on the radar. I don't think that's that bad. Salisbury at home to Dartford as well at 3 to 4. I don't mind that either. I think they're my standouts in the conference. Arguably Luton at home to Wrexham either, but I won't be betting that. But I could be persuaded by Salisbury at home to Dartford, and maybe Gateshead away at Grimsby. I don't know why, but I'd bet the Gateshead as a single, to be honest. But I don't mind Salisbury at Dartford at 3 to 4. Excuse me. There we go. So there we are then. They're the ones that I'll be looking out for when I'm trying to construct my trebles, my fourfolds, my fivefolds maybe. So please visit if you look at www.mapoboy.com, you'll see by tomorrow that I'll have constructed all my bets for the weekend and see how I've compiled them together. To give me some interest for the weekend and hopefully score some points off the bookies. If you look around the website as well, you seem we've been doing alright. I've kept a log of everything that everyone's done on the website, so you can see how everyone's been getting on. I've revamped it a little bit. It's going to be more focused around what I'm doing, because it was a logistic nightmare trying to sort out everyone's bets. But so hopefully it'll be a bit more focused, a bit more succinct, and hopefully be able to do this. So feel free to have a look round. Make sure you keep posted, because I'll be posting how I've constructed my bets. Feel free, if you use any of the links on the website to have if you want to have a bet, use the links on the website. If you sign up with them, you get additional free bet stuff. It helps out the website as well, keeps it going, and it also helps you out with the extra bonuses and free bets. So hopefully another winning weekend. Hopefully the stuff I've pointed out is value. I'll keep a track of it on the website and we'll report back. I do like the fourfold of QPR 7 to 10, Nottingham Forest even money, Middlesbrough 5 to 6, and Scunthorpe 17 to 20. I do like that as a fourfold. I will be tempted by that, but look out on the website for how I've constructed stuff, and I hope I've pointed out stuff that other people can use to construct their bets for the weekend. Bet within your stakes, bet within your limits, and be disciplined, no mug punting, and hopefully you can score some points off the bookies and do alright. So best of luck if any bets you have. If you have listened to this somehow, I'm impressed that you've stumbled across it, and let your friends share it with your friends and stuff like that, and hopefully we'll keep it coming and keep nicking points off the bookies. If you look at the totals point page, you'll see that we've been doing alright, so hopefully that'll continue throughout the rest of the season. All right. So thank you very much. Best of luck the weekend and take care.